This video is dedicated to my friend Ashleigh Paris, who passed away about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. I don't know the exact date. I was going through a lot at the time, so my memory is a little blurry, but my childhood friend died in a car accident. She was in a van and with a few other people, and it hit a guardrail or something and flipped, and it was an old van, and it just burst in the back. Immediately, she was, from what I understand, she was caught on fire, and I think her father said on Facebook the last thing she said was, forget about me, get out. Because I guess people were trying to get her out. But the car was just burning, so one of the worst ways to die. So let's go to the very beginning of when I met her. She was, I believe, 9, maybe 8 years old, and I was 10, I believe, and she was pretty innocent. She saw me at the pool, and she was with Savannah, and she just walked up to me, said hello, and she had a big smile on her face, and she got Matthew and I. Matthew was with me to play and have a good time. She ended up, because of that, she ended up making most of my childhood and my early teenage years. She was in my life consistently since I was 10, and then I started to grow apart, and I believe I was probably 20 or 21, and there's a lot of dark that I'm leaving out, but it was for the best that I would, you know, not really go over her house and stuff like that. But this girl, she ended up getting my family to meet hers. And doing that, my family met Savannah's family. And we met Savannah's sister Maddie. And it was all history from there. We pretty much did everything together. I remember there were a lot of times where we were up late and hanging out on a school night, and we all went to school at like 6 or 7 in the morning, even though we went to bed at like 12 a.m., 1 a.m. But it was worth it, worth every second now that I know she's gone. I have one thing that reminds me of her, besides a photo. I have a photo that I have in a treasure chest. It's a treasure chest of people that I've lost. I have photos of them. When I met her, I just lost my childhood friend from a football accident, and then an asthma attack as well, another kid. And man, I barely got to know him before that happened. So, looking at Ashleigh, and I remember telling her exactly, even as a kid, I told her I hated third grade. Third grade was so hard. That was the worst time in my life because I lost 2 people. 9/11 happened. Stuff like that. My uncle went to war. It was hard. And add on the dark things as well that I'm not going to get into. It was a hard year. And then she told me, well, I love third grade, and she was just so excited to be around me. Like, all of a sudden, her face, like, lit up. And she actually did that to almost everybody she saw. She was just genuinely excited to see your face, you know? And later on, she went to middle school, went to high school. I met a few friends through her. And I remember I went over her house one day, and she was on the computer. She was showing me The Sims. I saw The Sims maybe 1 or 2 other times. and I was watching her play it, and then she just grabs a copy of Diablo and said, "Hey, I think you would like this. You want it?" And I have it hung on my wall. I have it hung on my wall. You know, I hung it, I think, even before she passed away. I'm not entirely sure, but the reason why you hear my voice fading is because I'm looking at it. Because of the fan on my ceiling, the CD is constantly glistening, so it's kind of cool. It's like she's always there. But when I lost her, I wasn't in a healthy relationship, and they would get kind of jealous, and they felt bad about it, but they got jealous about it. So I didn't really process it well until I guess a few months ago. I lit a candle, held her picture, and I started talking to her. I was home alone, and I just talked, and all of a sudden I just started crying my eyes out, and it was just like, why? Why her? Out of all the people I know. And the way that she went out proves, I mean, I guess that doesn't matter. What matters is that she was here, that she happened. Like I didn't even realize like how much of an impact she made in my life until I started doing this commentary. And like if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have like these memories of playing Animal Crossing or Grand Theft Auto 3 or Final Fantasy 10 or all these pool parties, all these days of like, birthdays and stuff like that and balloons. And I remember in high school, I was really struggling, and one day I just got on the bus and there she was. I must have been a junior, and she was a freshman, and seeing that face and smiling and telling me about her day every day, I mean, it just became a routine instantly. And there was that face lighting up again too. She was beautiful, and there's some things that I remember. Like, she kissed me one time. She just, I mean, I guess she was my first kiss, we were kids. She just kind of did it, I guess, and it was so sweet, you know, like just a little peck. She held my hand a lot too. She definitely had a crush on me and stuff, and I was a kid, so I didn't really have crushes. But if there was a crush, it would be her and, Savannah too, when I got older. But, it was too late, so I was so antisocial at that point. But, these people I'm mentioning, they're not anybody to you, I'm sure. But, like, if you can think of, like, if you have memories of this, think of the girl that kissed you the first time, or the boy. Yeah. Hopefully it's a happy memory. Think about the first time they wrote you a letter or drew you a picture. I remember Savannah wrote me this long, long letter and had her friends write on it too, just wishing me to get better. I was really sick at some point. I still have that too. I still have that in my dresser. Um, I remember her giving me a picture of Ashleigh. I mean, not Savannah, but Ashleigh giving me a picture of herself in high school. Wanted me to have it. And I didn't really think about it. I was just like, oh, thanks. You look good. I didn't realize that will literally be the only picture I have. That picture means a lot to me, man. I had to use it to process her passing. So, man, I remember bringing my Super Nintendo over and playing Earthworm Jim, and she was just sitting right there just watching me. I mean, she couldn't care less about the game, honestly, but she was just so sweet. It was like everything that I did that I felt like doing that she didn't do, she was okay with it because she was just like a good friend. Like, she just was supporting me, like making sure I had a good time. And there were times we would play Super Smash Brothers, and I remember knocking the daylights out of Savannah and Ashleigh. I think Maddie might have been playing as well, and they were like, "You're cheating. He's obviously cheating." You know, kind of gaining up on me. It was cute. Um, all the hugs she gave me, all those hugs. You know, like it was that kind of hug that you get, like you felt how much they love you by just a quick hug. It was always like a second longer than any other hugs that I would get from people, you know, and she did that for everybody. So why am I, bringing this up now? She passed away over a year ago. Whoa. I wanted to make a cool video about her. I wanted to talk about these things that I remember, put it out in the world. Yeah, but as I'm doing this, I'm just like getting emotional because I realize that when someone passes away, you don't. It's like all of a sudden you feel it, like how much they changed your life. Like I didn't think about how because of her, like I always had friends over. Because of her, I ended up having like awesome sleepovers because my parents would have to babysit Ashleigh, or if Savannah and Maddie needed to be babysat, they would sleep in one room, I would sleep in another, and stuff like that. But like we would be pito chatting on DSs, or we would wake up and go to school together. I mean, the amount of time Savannah waited for me at the school bus, or not even, she would literally walk to my house and go to the school bus with me because she just wanted to be that. Um, you know, the one, damn, dude, I'm getting emotional. The one thing that hits me the most when I think about it, and you don't realize it until you lose somebody for the first time, but the way they look at you in the eyes, the way that they look at you, and how there was one time you didn't know, but that was the last time your eyes, you know, connected. You didn't know that was goodbye. I always told myself, like, hey, I should probably see him again at some point. And I remember the last thing I ever did was sent Ashleigh a goofy video of myself being goofy. And I didn't realize she was going through a lot at that time. So she was probably like, like, what was that? I was just speaking gibberish and stuff like that. I mean, that's the way we used to be as kids, and that's what I did. I changed in a lot of ways, but I'm still a kid at heart, But that was like the last thing. And she probably didn't even know it was me because my hair was shaved and all that. But I had an orange beard, but she was probably just like, who was that? You know? Though my mom saw her one time. And like I said, that hug, they hugged each other, and she had such a pretty name too, Ashleigh Paris. I like that. I just, if there was one thing I would want is, like, if there was one thing I could have done differently, stuff like that, which I heard you shouldn't do, but it would have been call her. Ask for a number, call her, and ask her to come over or something. That's what I wish I did. But no, I just had to be, antisocial and be in front of the video games and all that stuff. Man, don't throw away that stuff for video games. Don't. Yeah. So, 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay. So yeah, like, just spend a lot of time with your friends, spend time with family, do all that stuff on routine, and if you just do it, even if like no one, like no one goes or passes away, like, just do that stuff occasionally, like a routine. Make time for that. It doesn't matter. Don't do it because, oh my god, I don't. What if they die one day? Don't do that because I've lived that. It's not worth it. But like I would say, just make sure you put time into people as much as you can. Lately, I've been going through a lot of withdrawal and anxiety and stuff like that. There's me protecting Zero. That's awesome. Um, Zero's the green name, Super Saiyan Brawly. But anyway, yeah, like, just do these things out of routine. I remember what I was gonna say. Well, I'm going through withdrawal and stuff like that. I'm not seeing a lot of my friends, but I have been getting a little better, so I'm gonna definitely start doing that. But again, don't do it because you're afraid to lose them or something like that. That's not healthy. Just do it because, you know, just because there doesn't have to be a reason. Just do it because, trust me, seriously. Um, so with that said, I guess I want to bring this to a close. Once in a while, I'll damn, dude, this is hard. It's harder than I thought. Once in a while, I'll put on some Diablo 1 and I just go back to that time in my life when she was there. And I think it was a few months ago. I think it was in January, maybe February. I sat down and beat it for the first time because I was missing her. And so now I think I have like this really cool routine or this ritual that once in a while I'll boot up some Diablo 1 and, go beat up Diablo and stuff like that. I still need to play as the other characters and stuff. I only played as warrior, I believe. But that's my story. That's all I got. She was my best friend, pretty much my first crush, and she became part of the family, a sister to me. She was so damn beautiful. So was Fana. So was all my friends, really, inside and out. So, go give someone a hug. If anybody pops up in your mind as I say that, that's the one. Go hug them. Not like that's the one you need a hug, not the one that's gonna. Go hug them. Your wife, your best friend, your kid, whoever just popped up in your head. You got multiple people? Good. Go do it.